The point of power is within you, and you can absolutely create a life that you love. Hi, everyone. My name is Shauna. I am a certified dream builder coach and life mastery consultant. Welcome to The Power of Vision, 3 keys to mastering your results. I'm so happy and grateful to spend this time with you today, and know that we are here together for a reason. This is a sacred space for us to come together for the purpose of transformation. So I invite you to step into what I call the 3 T's, to tune in to the ideas that you hear, to turn up the volume on what you would love, and be willing to transform your life. So I'd like to start off with a funny story that I heard last week. A mother mouse was leading her 3 children through a house. And all of a sudden, as they're turning this corner, the mice see a cat. So the cat looks at the mice with hunger in his eyes and slowly starts walking towards the mice, revealing its really sharp teeth. So the mother mouse, in an effort to protect her children, she backs up and she raises up in her hind legs. And then she says, in a voice as loud as she can, "Ruff, ruff, ruff." And the cat gets scared off and runs away. So the mother turns to her little babies and she says, "Now, children, never underestimate the power of learning more than one language." And I share this story with you for a reason. And that reason is that we can all learn a new language. And today we're going to be exploring the language of success. So this is a language for creating the results that you really want. And once we consciously understand this language, we can apply it to any area of our life that we would love to improve. How many of you out there have a goal that you'd like to achieve, or some area of your life that you would love to improve? Do you? Yeah. Well, my intention today is to share with you some powerful tools to help you to improve the results in your life. So by the time you finish watching this video, you're going to have 3 tools to help you achieve your goals. You're going to have greater clarity on your goals and your dreams, and you're going to feel more confident in your ability. So have you ever achieved a goal or a dream where at first, when you set that goal, you had absolutely no idea how you were going to achieve it? Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me for sure. So this proves a point. It goes to show that we are far more capable than we know. You weren't sure how you were going to do something, and yet you did it. So this shows that we are far more capable than we realize. What I've learned through many opportunities I've had to speak before different groups and organizations is that just like a blade of grass will press through that cement and seek the light, the same thing is often true of our goals and our dreams. They're often born out of the challenges we face or the pain that we're experiencing. How many of you out there have had that experience? Know what that feels like? So maybe you have a current challenge in your life, something that you would love to improve. Maybe it's with your health, your financial situation, or whatever it may be. Maybe it could be the amount of time that you have. You see, we live in a universe that speaks to us through 2 growth signals: our longing and our discontent. So we experience this feeling of longing when we are desiring something that we haven't yet created. It's not in our current reality yet. And we feel discontent when the current circumstances are something that we don't prefer. So both of these energies of longing and discontent are catalysts for growth within us. So if you're feeling longing and discontent, know that that's good news. It's a signal of your growth. So there's this quote by Dr. Michael Beckwith, and he says, "We're often pushed by pain until we are pulled by a vision." How many of you out there can relate to that? I'd love to hear your comments below. Comment below if you're feeling pushed by pain or pulled by a vision, or you're in that space in between. So whether it's the pain of a problem or the burning desire for something new, these two energies are essential for creating new results in our life. Many people go about their lives doing what they normally do, right? They're rolling with the punches, they're going with the flow, they're taking it as it comes. And this is what we call living life by default. So their lives are directed at the comfortable things that they typically do without too much conscious planning. In fact, a lot of people spend more time organizing a family vacation than they do planning their life. On the other hand, highly successful people create their life and live their life by design. So this means that they set a clear intention for what they would absolutely love, and they consciously create their life. There are 4 domains in which we create results. So they are health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation and creative expression, and time, money, freedom. You are having results in each of these 4 areas right now. And some of the results you may love, and some of the results not so much. But no matter what the results are right now, no matter how big of a challenge things may seem, no matter how long a certain circumstance has been in place, you absolutely have the power to create the exact results that you would love to have in your life. So to prove this point, I invite you to play this game with me. So here are the instructions. I'm going to show you a screen in a moment. And on that screen, there are going to be the numbers 1 to 50, numbers 1 to 50. And your job is to locate the numbers in numerical order. So starting with the number 1, and then identifying it, saying it out loud, and then going to number 2, saying it out loud, and number 3, and so on. And the goal is to identify as many numbers as you can in numerical order in 60 seconds. All right, so here we go. All right, so how high did you count? Did you get 10, 20, 30? All right, well, would you love to know the secret? Let me show you. I'm going to show you this pattern that you can follow that has the potential to help you to create better results. So notice the number 1 is here in the quadrant, number 2 is in the next, number 3 is in the next, and number 4 is in the next. So the numbers are ordered in this motion. So let's try this again. And let's see what happens now that you know the pattern. You're given the same resources, the same amount of time, and the same numbers, 1 to 50. So let's see if you can improve your results. And 3, 2, 1. So did you count improve? Did you get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So the point is that we need to ask ourselves, what changed here? What changed? What changed was our awareness, because your score probably improved. So you expanded your awareness of the pattern for how to create the results you wanted. So in other words, you followed a pattern for success. So every one of you can improve the results that you're getting in your life. When you expand your awareness of the pattern of how to create those results. And now that you have greater awareness of that pattern than you had before, you get better results. So that's exactly what the Dream Builder program is all about. It's this reliable, repeatable, predictable system for success. And today we're going to dive into 3 main points of that system that will help you to increase the results and move forward towards your goals and towards your dream. Notice what you're noticing, because a part of our brain called the reticular activating system is always noticing things in our environment, our current situations, and our circumstances. The more we notice things, the more we think about things, the more we create more of what we have seen. So let's do a little test here. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to look closely at the next slide. And I invite you to look at this slide and see everything that is yellow. So remember, everything that is yellow. Ready? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, begin. Now, tell me, bring to mind all the things that you saw that were red. And raise your hand if you saw more yellow than red. So why does this happen? It's because of an area of our brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. It's a part of our brain whose job it is to mediate our overall level of consciousness or awareness. In other words, the reticular activating system's job is to bring into our awareness what it is that we are looking for and filter out of our awareness what we're not looking for. It's what we're paying attention to that we will see. Seek and ye shall find. Most of us were taught to focus our thoughts on what is reasonable, on what is safe, why we can't, what's missing, what the problems are that we might face, or why it won't work. And if we want to change our results and see the things that do work, we start by changing our focus. And this increased awareness is an important part of learning the pattern of success. And now you have a greater awareness of that pattern than you did before. That's exactly what the Dream Builder program is all about. It's this reliable, repeatable, predictable system for success. And today we're going to dive into 3 points of this system that will support you in increasing your results and moving forwards towards your dreams and your goals. As we touched on earlier, there are 4 major domains of life in which we experience results: health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation and creative expression, and time and money freedom. And every one of us has results in each of these areas. And I'm going to introduce you to the first key to mastering your results here shortly. But before we go there, I have a couple important concepts to share with you. And these ideas are going to help you to expand your awareness of success in the areas of life that matter most to you. So let's expand our awareness together by studying the pattern that creates results. It's what I like to call the results formula. And the formula begins like this. Thoughts cause feelings. Your thoughts cause feelings. And you know this. How do you feel when you've lost your wallet? Your heart races with fear. And how do you feel when you realize it's in your coat pocket? You relax with relief, right? And when you think joyful thoughts, when you feel happy, when you think joyful thoughts, you feel happy. When you think scary thoughts, your heart beats faster. Thoughts affect your physiology. By universal law, your thoughts are expressed with your actions. So when we feel confident, we feel energized, and we take different actions than we would if we feel down or frustrated or sad. And we know that our actions contribute to our results. It's simply the law of cause and effect. So follow me here. Your thoughts cause your feelings. Your feelings cause your actions, and your actions cause your results. But most people don't get this. Most people look at their results, their circumstances, their situations, and their conditions, and they call those their causes. Actually, what they really call them is their be causes. Because I can't start a new business because I'm too old, or because I lose all my benefits. I can't take the time off because I don't have the money, or because I don't have the vacation time, or because my boss won't let me. I can't find the love of my life because I'm not young enough. I'm not attractive enough. I can't whatever, because where the true cause of our results is right here. It's in your thoughts. Your results are caused by what you have been thinking. This is the first cause, because the truth is, you don't get not to think. Let that sink in. You're always thinking. You can choose your thoughts, or you can let the old habitual thoughts you've been thinking up until now run your life. It's up to you. So if you want to know what you've been thinking, look at your results, because your results never lie. If we want to create new results, we have to pay attention to our thoughts. And this is something that we call noticing what we're noticing. Notice what you're noticing. So notice where your shoes are touching the ground. Notice how you're sitting in the chair. Notice the temperature of the room. Now notice that you have the ability to notice those things. This is how you notice what you're noticing. So you can do the same thing with your thoughts. You can notice what you are thinking. And you can notice how what you're thinking is affecting your feelings. So let's apply these concepts of the results formula and notice what you're noticing to your life. So get your pen and pencil and your journal, a piece of paper, and we're going to do a life assessment. So I'm going to present some ideas for you and give you the opportunity to consider your results. And I'm going to invite you to notice how you're feeling about each of these areas of your life. So as I make these statements, just notice what feels true for you. You might be a person who doesn't know what your dream is. You just know that there's something more. Or you might be a person who has lots of dreams and you don't know whether to choose one or create them all at once. You might be a person who has achieved a lot of success and you're not feeling all the fulfillment you want to feel and not quite making the difference that you really want to make. Every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere, even if we're still endeavoring to find it or achieve it. So the exercise we're about to do is designed to put you in touch with that part of you that has that dream. So what we're going to do now is to consider the results that you're experiencing in each of the 4 domains of your life. I'm going to offer you some prompts for you to consider to inspire you to think about your results. So health and well-being. Let's start with health and well-being. You might be a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health. You might have relatively good health and no symptoms, but you know that there's more vibrancy and aliveness that you could feel. So go ahead and notice your current results. On a scale from 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current health results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, and 5 being completely fulfilled. So go ahead and make note of that number in your journal. Love and relationships is our next domain. You might be a person who longs to have a beautiful, deep, fun, and passionate relationship with a loving and caring partner. You might be a person who would love to deepen and expand and have more fun with a relationship that you're already in. So on a scale from 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current relationship? Your current relationships could be with friends, could be with the community, could be with family, any types of relationships. Go ahead and make a note of that number. And next is vocation or creative expression as well. So let's consider that. You might be a person who feels stuck at a job that you don't like. You might be a person who likes your work, but you work too many hours and you want more time freedom. So on a scale from 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current vocational results or your creative expression? 1 is not fulfilled at all, and 5 is completely fulfilled. So go ahead and make a note of that number. And our 4th domain, time and money freedom. Time and money freedom. You might be a person who doesn't have the money freedom to do things that you really want to do or give and contribute to the causes and organizations that matter the most to you. You might be a person who's missing moments, important moments, and not going where you want to go or traveling or having as much fun and play in your life as you would love. You might be a person who feels out of balance, like you have more time than money or more money than time, and you would love to feel more harmony. So on a scale from 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you? Let's tally the results and take a moment to reflect on your life assessment here. And as we considered each of the domains of your life and you looked at your current results, you gave yourself a rating on a scale from 1 to 5 in each of those areas. So pay attention to your thoughts around those results. So this is not a place for judgment. It's not a place for blame. Your responses are not good or bad or right or wrong. They just are what they are in this point in your life. And you're likely feeling this pull for more or less of something, which is the signal to you that you are ready to do something different and you are ready to get different results. So we spoke about this earlier today, and this is called noticing your longing and discontent. Your longing and discontent. So look at the rating you gave yourself for each of those domains in life and circle the areas with the lowest ratings. Now, let me ask you this. How long have you felt this discontent? How long has this area of your life been sending you signals? And go ahead and write down your response. Now, ask yourself this question. What is maintaining this result costing you? What is it costing you to maintain this result in your life? To have this ongoing discontent or this ongoing longing? Because a cost in one area of your life could lead to a cost in another area of your life. Whatever your results have been up until now, you have the power within you from this moment forward to create the results that you love. And it starts right here. It starts with our thoughts. Every one of us has a dream inside us somewhere. This brings us to the first key of mastering your results. And this is the number one secret of dream building: designing your dream. So when you love different results, you plan for them. Just like you have a clear blueprint when you want to build a house, the same is true with your dream. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you can't build the dream. Howard Thurman, Dr. Martin Luther King's mentor, said, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself, what makes you come alive? Then go and do that." Because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. So I would love for you to come alive with your dream. And I would invite you to write this down. Clarity is power. When you become clear on what it is that you actually want in life, you begin to see opportunities and resources that may have otherwise entirely missed you. Things seem to appear out of the blue. So let's design a blueprint and let's make it crystal clear. So for our purposes of today, I invite you to choose one area of your life that you would most love to improve. And during our assessment earlier, which area of your life were you feeling is the greatest cost? So really turn up the focus on that area of your life for this exercise. So in a moment, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write out what you would love in this area of your life. We're going to step into an imaginary time machine and go forward 3 years. So what would you love your life to be like in 3 years from now? And suspend any urge to figure out how this result is going to happen. If someone gave you a magic wand, what would you love to have in your life? So if you're willing, close your eyes and take a deep breath and imagine that you got into a time machine. And you're now 3 years into the future. And 3 years from now, everything you wanted completely worked out. You have all the time, money, freedom, all the resources required. And what would you love? What's happening in that area of your life right now? If you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you be doing? And do it. See yourself doing it. Who are you with? See it. How does it feel? Let your imagination run with it. And dream big. All right. So gently open your eyes, and I would invite you to journal. Pause this video and journal for a couple minutes and describe on paper everything you just pictured in your imagination. And I'm going to invite you to write on the top of the page, "I'm so happy and grateful now that," and take 2 minutes to pause this video and really be clear about what you saw. And I invite you at the end of the journaling that you've just completed, write these words: "This or something even greater still." This or something even greater still is a powerful signal that what you've expressed here is what is in your awareness at the moment. It's like holding your hands out, being open and willing to receive something even more powerful and beneficial into your life. So congratulations, you've just created your life by design. And this is the first key to mastering your results. Knowing what you would love and describing it is the first step into bringing those results into your life. And let me tell you why this first step is so important. First of all, everything is created twice, first in thought and then in form. If you think about it, look around your room. The clothing you're wearing, the chair you're sitting in, the table you're writing on, your windows, the walls, everything in the building was first someone's thought before it ever became a tangible thing. Someone had to think it up before it could be built. And this is what you're doing today with your life. You're thinking up the design, and you're designing your vision, designing your dreams, designing your life. And this brings us to the second key of mastering your results. And that is deciding for your dream. Just like we experience results throughout our day, we also make decisions each moment of our day. That decision might be what time to wake up in the morning, what to get for takeout, or do I cook dinner tonight? From simple decisions to more rigorous ones. So whatever we decide influences our results. And we make multiple choices every day. And this is why even the smallest choices can have the greatest impact. It's important to know how to make empowered decisions. And decisions we make will determine our results. So to master our results, we have to master our ability to make decisions. Best-selling author and renowned life coach Bob Proctor says this: there is a single mental move you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter. And it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for this magic mental activity. It is called decision. In fact, it's been proven that highly successful people are willing to decide for what they would love, even in the absence of knowing how to bring it about. Some people want to know every step of the way before deciding. They want green lights all the way down the whole street before they back out of the driveway. The key is that you make a firm decision for what you want before you will bring your dream into reality. So let me show you what I mean. Read the slide by yourself. Can you read what this says? Yeah, you can. And you probably read it perfectly. Isn't that incredible? Look at this paragraph. It would seem that it's completely unintelligible, but when the first letter and the last letter are in the right place, the middle can be jumbled up and your mind can still make sense of it and read it. So the point I share with you is this: it's so applicable to the vision for the life you would love living. After your life assessment, you now recognize your current results and where you are now, right? Okay. And then after journaling what you would love in each of those 4 domains, you now recognize where you want to go, right? Okay, great. So what happens in the middle between the results you have now and the results you want? Any idea how you're going to bring that dream about? Exactly. And that's the jumbled up middle letters of the words. And that's the how. We want to suspend the how. That is, we're going to refuse to let the unknown stop us from making the decisions to move forward towards our dream. Your mind has a way of making sense of it. All it takes is being willing to make a decision. So we've taken a look at the first key and the second key to mastering results: designing your dream and deciding for your dream. That brings us to the third key for mastering results, which is befriending your fear. What does that even mean? Making friends with fear? Yes, it does. It means that you can have fear, but you don't have to let fear have you. The author of the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, said, the value of your decisions depends upon the courage you have to make them. When we decide for a dream, like we've done here today, there's a part of you that says, yes, I'm doing this. And there's another part of us that rises up and says, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or, well, how are you going to do that? Or you don't have the time and money and resources to do that. Or what do you think you're doing? That's not going to happen. So who here has ever heard of that part of the paradigm before? Yeah, we've all heard that. And these are simply old patterns. They're paradigms, old patterns, old programming that are trying to pull us back into our comfort zone. And the paradigm does this in 3 ways. We call them the 3 Ds. So the first D stands for delay, also known as distraction. Oh, I got home from work late, so I put my run off. The second D is dissuasion. It's all right. I deserve a break. Besides, I'm not seeing results anyways, so it's probably not even worth the effort. And the third is DEFCON. This is when a sense of fear and anxiety really set in, often with physical symptoms that can lead to giving up on a dream altogether. And we don't want that to happen, do we? It's not a matter of if the 3 Ds are coming, but when they will show up. I want you to be aware of the paradigms so that you recognize them as they show up, as you get even better at mastering your results. The truth of the matter is, when a paradigm shows up, it's good news. That means that you're growing and shifting your results. So there's no reason to fear the paradigms in your life. So notice the part of you that when you think of your dream, you're like, oh, yes, I could do that. Pay attention to that feeling for a minute. And then as you do that, you may notice this other nagging part of the paradigm saying, yeah, right. Who do you think you are? You don't have what it takes. What if you fail? Right? And that's the voice of fear. It's a part of you that wants things to stay status quo. It's just your paradigm again. And fear will often disguise itself as practicality. Fear won't say, I'm here to kill your dreams. I'm not going to say that. It's too smart for that. It'll say, I'm here to keep you safe. I'm here to make sure that you never have to experience that level of pain again. I'm here to make sure that your kids are taken care of. I'm here to make sure that you don't get embarrassed. It's that voice that says, now is not a good time. Wait until later. It says, you don't have the time for that. You don't have the money for that. That's irresponsible. Right? So have you ever heard that voice? Have you heard that voice today? Maybe you have. When we were babies, we all started out as non-walkers. And as a non-walker, you saw people walking around you on their hind legs. And there was a part of you that wanted to feel that freedom for yourself. You wanted to be upright. You didn't want to be floor bound anymore. You locked your eyes on that toy or that cookie and you rose up and you gave it your best shot and you took some steps. And then what happened? Boom, you fell down. But what did you do next? You rose up again and you tried to take another step and then you fell down. And when you were learning to walk, did you ever think to yourself, well, that's it. I guess I'm just not meant to be a walker. Not going to be a walker. No, of course not. Right? You rose up and you kept going. And with each try, you took a few more steps. And that's it, right? And as kids, as babies, we're like, yeah, okay, I'm going to take a few more steps. But something happens to us as adults where we stop giving ourselves permission to fall down. We fall down in business and we say, well, I guess I'm not meant to be a business owner. Or we fall down in relationships and we say, well, I guess relationships aren't for me. So the truth is, falling down and getting back up is actually the key to achieving your dream. And we befriend our fear and give ourselves the permission to fail enough to succeed. So great dream builders are willing to rise and fail and rise again until we become walkers. So you know about these people in their stories, and you can see how they've learned to walk by falling down. Oprah Winfrey was fired by television executives, told that she was not fit for TV, but she rose up and kept going and went on to create her own studio. Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen put together a series of 101 short stories into a single book, and their proposal was rejected 144 times. Now there are 250 versions of Chicken Soup for the Soul sold all around the world in 40 languages. Steven Spielberg was rejected from USC Film School 3 times, but he rose up and kept going. We can probably all name his blockbuster movies. The founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, was told there's no market for his kind of coffee, and his loan application was rejected 242 times. The company now has a net worth of more than $22 billion. Walt Disney was fired from his job at a newspaper for lacking imagination. And we all know about the Disney empire, and it's now worth nearly $130 billion. People with great success also have experienced great failure. In fact, fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. So when the voice of doubt questions you and asks, well, what if you fail? Let your response be, bring it on. Bring it on. I might fail, but if I do, I will rise up and keep going, and I will succeed. So you learned the 3 keys to mastering your results. First, designing your dream. Check. You have a blueprint for what you want to achieve. And the clearer your blueprint is, the more power you have. The second key is deciding for your dream. Check. And the power of making decisions. You decide for the thing that you want in the absence of knowing how to do it. And the third key, befriending your fear. Check. And how fear and failure are prerequisites for your greatness. Befriend your fear and shift your paradigms to achieve your dreams. I'm going to leave you with this quote. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. William H. Murray wrote about his experience in a book called Evidence of Things Not Seen after he climbed Mount Everest. And one of the famous quotes was this. So let that sink in. The evidence of absence is simply the absence of awareness. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my free masterclass resources, videos in the description box below. I would love to connect with you. If you got value of this video, let me know, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.